We're going to be learning today from the Chok Risel, the Gemara, for Parashat Vayechi for Sunday. Tanya, we learn in the Baraita, Abba Binyamin Omer, Abba Binyamin says, En tfilado shel Adam nishmat ela bebet hakneset. A person's prayer is heard only in the synagogue. Shene'emar lishmoa el harina ve'el tefila. B'makom rina sham te'eh tefila. It says in the pasuk to hear the song and the prayer. The prayer is to be recited in a place where there is song, which means like a place of a synagogue, where there's a sharech tzibur, where the people sing together, where the sharech tzibur sings. It's a place where there is a place of prayer, and the synagogue is the best place to have the prayer. Of course, you can pray at home also, and the prayer at home is also valid. But what this Gemara means to tell us is the prayer in the synagogue has even more value. Amar Avin bar Avada, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, Menayin she'akadosh baruch hu matzu bebet hakneset, shene'emar Elohim nitzav ba'adat el. So here, Ravin bar Avada says, in the name of Rabbi Yitzchak, how do we know, where did we learn that Hashem is to be found in the synagogue? The pasuk says, Elohim nitzav ba'adat el, that God stands in the congregation of God. Oh, menayin la'asara shemitpalelim sheshchina imahem. And how do you know that the 10 people who are praying when there is a minyan, that the divine presence is with them? And the pasuk says, Elohim nitzav ba'adat el. Again, the same pasuk to indicate that Hashem is present, the divine presence is with the minyan of 10 people. How do you know if 3 people are sitting as a rabbinical court? How do you know that the Shekhinah, divine presence, is with them? The pasuk says, that amongst the judges, he will judge. In other words, he's considered, his divine presence is with them. How do we know that if 2 people sit and learn Torah together, how do we know that the Shekhinah, the divine presence, is with them? So he brings a pasuk here from Achi that when they spoke together, Ish Re'eu, a man to his fellow, and they were learning together. So there were 2 people, and Hashem, the pasuk indicates that divine presence is with them. Mai ulchoshve shemo. Amar Rav Ashi chashav Adam la'asot mitzvah ve'ne'enas ve'lo asa'a ma'ale alav ha'katuv ke'ilu asa'a. Oh, then he says, the pasuk continues a thought on the name of Hashem. What does it mean? Rav Ashi explains, if a person had in mind to fulfill a certain mitzvah, and for some reason he was not able to perform it because of something that is not under his control, by accident, by force, he was not able to do it, not because he didn't want to. He meant to give $1 tzedakah. He put his hand in his pocket, and he cannot find the dollars. Okay, so he had in mind to give it. Of course, he did not give it, but at the same time, since he had the intention to, and it was something beyond his control that he was not able to do it, it's considered for him as if he had done the mitzvah. How do we know that if even one person alone is learning to Torah by himself, how do we know that the divine presence is with him? The pasuk says, "In Shemot bechol makom asher asker et shemi, avo elecha uberachticha." That I will bless you, and it says here, you know, berachticha, I'll bless you, singular, and any place where I cause my name to be mentioned. In other words, you are learning Torah by yourself, you still get the reward that divine presence is with you. The Gemara asks, so since even one person learning Torah is enough to have the divine presence, why did we bring earlier in this Gemara a pasuk that indicates when 2 people sit to learn Torah, the divine presence is with them? If it's with one person alone, of course he would be with 2. The Gemara answers, when 2 people are learning Torah, then their words are written in a book of remembrance. Chad lo michteben mileh besefer hazichron. But when a person learns alone, what he is learning is not written in a book of remembrance in Shamayim. In other words, there is more value when a person learns with another person. When you learn alone, of course there is a mitzvah in learning Torah even alone. But the mitzvah of learning Torah has even more value and more dimension, and it gets written in the book of remembrance when you learn together with at least another person. Since two people learning Torah, they already have the divine presence with them, why did you need to bring a pasuk to indicate when three sit in judgment that the Shekhinah is with them? Ma'udetema, the Gemara says, because you could have thought, Dina Shlama be'alma, we could have thought when the three judges sit in the rabbinic court, is just trying to make peace. They're not really involved in something that like is similar to Torah. They're just making peace between people. Vela'at yashchina, maybe the divine presence is not going to come for an activity that is not involved in learning Torah, that is involved just in making peace between people in a rabbinic court. This comes to teach us when it's a Torah law, when it's a Torah justice, when it's a rabbinic court, that is also equal to learning Torah. Since with three people sitting to learn Torah, to administer rabbinic justice, that the divine presence is with them, why did we need a pasuk to indicate when there are 10 people in Minyan that the Shekhinah would be present, the divine presence would be present? Oh, there is a difference. A gathering of 10 people, the divine presence comes first. He's present there for that minyan that is gathering in that synagogue and in that place of learning Torah or that place of praying. Oh, when there's three only to sit in rabbinical court, the divine presence will join them only after they sit down. So there is, of course, much more value when there are 10 people in minyan. So important to pray with minyan. And this should be an encouragement to anyone who davens at home, which is good and important, that they should make every effort to come and daven and pray with the minyan in the synagogue. And if you're not able to come the whole week, at least maybe Mondays and Thursdays when there is Sefer Torah, maybe Sunday at least when maybe the time is more easier to get to synagogue in terms of if somebody, in terms of his work, he has to leave early to go to work, but the person should make every effort possible to pray with minyan, because the tefillah with minyan has an added dimension more than the person that's praying on his own. And this was the Gemara for today, Parashat Vayechi, Chok L'Yisrael for Sunday. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen ve'amen.